Maryville hockey starts in 10,
9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3,
2, 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. It's a matchup between the Minot State Beavers and your Maryville Saints. Alongside Todd Panula, I'm Andrew Marsh. And Todd, we saw a great game last night, a 3-2 win for the Saints. Let's see if they can pick up the sweep tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they have to be focused. They got to come in, wipe the slate clean, all the old cliches. But it's going to be hard because yesterday was such a good game. Maryville came out, somewhat dominated the first period. They fell off a little bit. We heard Coach Hogan talk about how they let them back in, Minot State that is, in the second period. You allowed 2 unanswered goals. And then it was just a heavyweight fight back and forth in the third period, and that's what you want from top teams like we had last night.
Well, before we get into our St. Louis Science Center pregame show, let's go back to last night. And you talked about that first period. Jackson White started things off for the Saints. He followed up on a shot early in that first period, put one right over the glove of Jake Anthony and made it a 1-0 game.
Yeah, just fantastic effort. I really loved it when we saw it live, even more so when we saw the replay, because it was, again, there was just a line change going on. That's just typically a dump-in play, but it ended up being a situation where he saw the puck come out. He goes around the defenseman, lifts his stick, gets a great shot off, and you put your team up by 1 just based on pure effort alone.
And then if we look at the second goal, the Saints went up 2-0 on the power play thanks to Sam Edwards. As a nice feed from Jackson Zloty, Sam Edwards, top of the circle, puts it right between the wickets of Jake Anthony to make it a 2-0 game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great shot, great finish. Goaltender might like to have it back. But what I really liked about it was the setup from Zloty, because he just gave a little bit of a feint there, enough to shrug the defensemen back into their positions. That opens up a little bit of ice for him. He's got the vision. He makes the pass, and we saw the finish.
And then Minot State capitalized twice in the second period, but going to the third period, an even score, and we saw a fantastic goal last night. Unbelievable. Out of mid-air, Campbell McLean made it 3-2 late in that one. 1:10 left on the clock, and the Saints were able to finish that one out and pick up a win. Friday night, a home victory, taking down the number 1 team in the nation.
Yeah, a little bit of good fortune there, but sometimes you need to have a little bit of puck luck on your side. As we saw, the puck was deflected up in the air, and then just unbelievable hand-eye coordination, because he knocks it up in the air to himself, swings it back down to the ice, beats the goaltender through the 5-hole, and basically that ended up being the game winner, because Minot State, even though they came close, they rang one off the post late, but they didn't get one in the back of the net, and Maryville picks up a huge win, not just in program history, but for this individual team heading in towards postseason play.
Well, let's look at these two teams and how they match up tonight. We looked at last night. Maryville was looking for their 20th win of the season. They got it. Minot State, on the other hand, 28-8-0, 8-2 in their last 10 games, 148 goals for, 59 goals against. We talked about the power play yesterday, as well as the penalty kill. Very good for Minot State, but for the most part, Maryville did a good job. I know they gave up a power play goal to Minot State last night, but for the most part, you have to be happy about your special teams.
Yeah, both teams ended up with good penalty kills, strong penalty kills. Obviously, they allowed both a penalty, or a power play goal, I should say. But, I mean, Minot State's penalty kill was just amazing.
Yeah.
They barely let Maryville into the zone. It was only that face-off win that allowed Maryville to get established to where they could finally work the puck around. Maryville was more of a bend, don't break kind of penalty kill, but they still got the job done. When they had the opportunity to clear the puck out, they were doing so. They didn't allow Minot to have any second chances, and that's what you want when you're trying to play for a goaltender who Lucas Spain has played excellent, but he's still a young goaltender. You still want to try to do those extra little things for him and not make sure that he doesn't have to stop those second opportunities.
Well, speaking of Lucas Bain, let's look at our head-to-head goalie matchup tonight. I mentioned Jake Anthony, who was between the pipes last night. Tonight it'll be Riley Wallace for Minot State. 9-2 this season with a .925 save percentage and a .146 goals against average. 4 shutouts on the season. This is going to be a tough test tonight for the Saints. You look at Lucas Bain. We mentioned him. He's played well so far during his time in between the pipes, but Riley Wallace, on the other hand, it's going to be a tough night for the Saints to put the puck in the back of the net.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, how difficult it is to score on Minot State overall, especially Wallace when he's in between the pipes. We saw he's got the decision in 11 games. 4 of those are shutouts. I mean, it's just going to be difficult to beat a goaltender like that because he's got it not just here recently, but just over the course of the season. You saw his numbers. It's going to be a tough task, but again, I think Maryville just needs to kind of do what they did, try to get things going in the early going. You don't necessarily want to push everything offensively, but now you mentally know that you can hang with this team defensively, so maybe look for a little more opportunity to go and look for an early goal.
You talk about defense, though. Tonight the Saints will be without Jackson White and Colt Corbs. They are not in the lineup tonight. We'll see maybe if anything changes before puck drop, we'll let you know, but as of right now, those 2 defensemen will not play in tonight's game. Let's look towards our players to watch tonight, our lines to watch. We'll start off with your Maryville Saints. Here's the line to watch for the Saints. And Todd, you look at Sam Edwards, Brett Ursulak, TJ Prexler. These guys have been a staple for the Saints so far this season. What stands out about these 3 guys?
I again, always kind of look to work from the back up. I like the defensemen. You've got offensive-minded defensemen in Ursulak and Prexler, but they're still sound defensively. We see it at higher levels to where sometimes you get guys that are a little too focused on the offensive side to where they're almost a glorified forward, but listed as a defenseman. These guys are not that. They're more than capable of scoring, assisting, whatnot, what have you. But when they need to get back, they're in good position. And then you've got Sam Edwards, who's just having a heck of a year offensively, leading the team in goals.
And then let's look at the other side. Minot State, they have some big bodies on that other side. They can score. You have Carter Barley, Christian Kadoff, and Reed Arnold. 6 goals for Christian Kadoff, 35 assists. That's insane. He's a playmaker, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, you look up and down the assists and the goals there, double digits all across the board except for goals for Christian Kadoff. But as you mentioned, more than making up for it as a huge playmaker, 35 assists. I mean, if you stop these guys, which Maryville ended up doing yesterday, they did not figure into the scoring in terms of the goals anyway, then you've got a great chance to win. You never want to focus solely on 1 or 2 guys. I mean, there's always the rare exception, like Alex Ovechkin on a power play or something like that. But you still kind of have to know where those guys are on the ice.
Well, before we get to puck drop, let's look at our starting lineup tonight for the Saints. At left wing, you have Hunter Flores. At center, Lucas Adams. And on the right side, in the forward group, TJ Prexler. On the back end, you have Garrett Hunter and Timon Prexler. And we mentioned it earlier, Lucas Bain between the pipes for the Saints. It should be a good one here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. Game 2 of this 2-game series. The Saints won last night 3-2. They're looking for the sweep tonight. Don't go anywhere. Puck drop is coming up next right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Wherever you live, from Bridgeton to Baldwin, Brentwood to Kirkwood, St. Anne to St. Charles, wherever you live. Hazelwood to Maplewood, the name you know. Frederick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof. Frederick Roofing.
St. Louis, 314-645-2000.
There's power in numbers. Number 1s will cook you with that first step.
Your L, sir. Compliments of the chef.
Number 10s, more gold than Midas.
Midas who?
24s will live in your head. 33s put in so many hours, they'll be the first to defeat Father Time.
What you got, 33? Clowns up, old man. Run it back. I said run it back.
50s, ice in their fame. And 87s are so good, they just set up shop in the end zone. There's power in numbers. Take yours. Powerade. More power for 0 to 99, more power for me.
The Maryville Saints Hockey Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.
Maryville power play. 36 remaining on front. Shot on. Right between the wickets. He scores!
Can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to be. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up, big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me,
Victory for the Saints. Here comes the dog.
Give me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me. So what's up? Yeah. So what's up?
Adams backhand, toe drags a shot, scores! Slips it through. Then they can puck around, wait for the opportune moment. And there it is. And they were able to Tater does have a fantastic shot, and they score. Look at that, it squeaks through.
What a toe save, and they score on the rebound.
I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up. Big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, any up. I take on anyone. I don't need no one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all right, no park. I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me.
The Saints have come to life.
Yeah. So what's up?
Performed tonight by Miss Amy Brad.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets dragging the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Alongside Todd Panula, I'm Andrew Marsh. Game 2 of this 2-game series between the Saints and the Minot State Beavers. The Saints picked up a huge victory last night on home ice, winning 3-2 thanks to Campbell McLean with an unbelievable goal late in the third period. We'll see if the Saints can come out with another victory against the nation's best.
For Maryville, I think you don't want to give Minot too much respect. You don't want to disrespect them. They are the #1 team in the country for a reason. but you've already proven that you can beat them. You've got that win in your back pocket. Go for the W here tonight. Don't necessarily think it's like, oh, well, we've already done our work for the weekend. Put in the same kind of effort we saw yesterday.
Saints win the faceoff. Puck inside the neutral zone to the near side. Olsen with it. Off the stick of McLean. Pollock off the glass. Beavers come out with it. With speed, far side. At the top of the circle, shot on, and a nice stop made by Lucas Bain. 19:37 remaining here in the first period. A quick start for Minot State as they get a shot off. Lucas Bain with the stop.
But again, like what we talked about yesterday, you're going to give up shots. And Maryville did an excellent defensive job yesterday, only 26 shots allowed. As long as you're keeping them more to the outside, don't allow them to have anything in the slot or down close, then you're giving your goaltender a good opportunity to make the saves.
Henderson wins the faceoff. Ursulak to MacArthur. It glances off his skate. Near side hash marks. Kept inside the zone. Edwards gets it back, able to get it out. At the blue line, off the stick. Arnold will go off for a line change. Back to retrieve it is Ben MacArthur. MacArthur behind the net. Looks up. Forehand. Finds Edwards. Edwards at his own blue line. Hits the red line. Able to get it in. Back forward is Pollock. He'll take it back behind the net. That pass comes out of the zone. Down the length of the ice. Icing is called. 18:56 remaining here in period number one. Still no score. Lucas Bain between the pipes tonight for the Saints. And Riley Wallace on the other end for the Beavers.
First shift of the game, and Will Smith is already jousting with somebody. He's gone off for a line change now, but apparently that is something that has gotten around, that Will Smith is that kind of player, so sometimes the opponents try to engage him early.
Shot on from Hunter, hits off a stick. Near side, hash marks. Lucas Adams has that puck bounce over his stick. Beavers with it, far side, top of the circle, shot on. Blocker save made by Bain. Rimmed around to the far side of the ice at the half wall. Nice play. TJ Prexler with it, off the stick of Hunter. Beavers with it, inside the neutral zone, off the far side wall. Drop pass, we'll get an offside call. 18:25 left here in the first. Face off inside the neutral zone, right outside the Maryville zone. Chad McElwain to take the face off, going up against Colby Joseph. And Joseph gets the best of McElwain as that puck's dumped in. Prexler with it. Timon, near side corner. Off his skate, Bain puts a glove on it, and we'll get another whistle.
And that's something that happened yesterday that Maryville's got to be very careful of. They got away with it several opportunities with some defensive zone turnovers, but you don't want to start that way in this game here tonight.
Offensive zone faceoff for Minot State. Ursulak with it. He'll skate out of the zone. Hits the red line, loses the puck, but it goes inside Beaver territory. Far side of the ice. Picked up by Jerome. Not enough mustard on it to get it out. Puck in the corner. McElwain overskates it. He's digging for the puck. It's in the skates of Jakubowski. McElwain goes down. Puck squirts loose. That pass goes off the stick of Chartier. Able to nab it is Howard. Beavers come out with it inside the zone of Maryville. Shot goes off his stick and out of play. 17:38 left here in period number one. Both teams changing to get some fresh bodies out on the ice. Lots of whistles so far here, Todd, here in the first period.
Yeah, a lot of stoppages in play, and sometimes you see that in these Saturday games, regardless of the fact that Maryville's playing their third game, just because of the fact that there's a little less jump, they're a little more tired, so you get some of these early shots towards goal and sticks get in the way and putting it out of play.
Zloty Out of the zone has Olsen. That one turned over. Maryville able to grab it at the red line. Dumped in by MacArthur. Rimmed around to the far side. Rutkai with it. Rutkai fires one off the stick of Olsen. Behind the net. Rimmed around to the far side. Rutkai there again. Down low. Rimmed around the boards. Near side of the ice. MacArthur at the blue line. Slap shot on. Hits off his stick. Beavers take control of it. Inside the neutral zone for Monias. He'll push it forward. In the corner, MacArthur. He'll spin away. Able to grab it for the Saints is Campbell McLean at the blue line. Skates up ice. Passes the red line. Gains entry into the zone on his forehand. He'll peel. Throw it back down low in the corner. Puck squirts to the far side of the ice. Rimmed around at the blue line. Waiting for it is Prexler. He'll send it back down low for Chartier. Goes under his stick. Moffitt's there. Beavers with it in the corner. Now behind the net for Rands. Logan Rands, breakout pass. Finds Buckholz at the blue line. Now in the corner. Puck tied up against the boards. Moffitt with it. Up top to the blue line for Crywye. His shot goes wide. Now to the far side of the ice. Dylan Deco there. Trying to get it out. It's kept in. Sent to the near side. In the corner for Hunter. Minot State changing. Hunter finds McLeod off the boards. Off the stick of Chartier, no icing. Will Smith in on the forecheck. Wallace out of the cage. Sends it around to the far side of the ice. Beavers break out. With speed, here they come. Barley stops. Sends it down low. Hits off his skate, comes out of the zone. Pollock to pick it up. He'll bring it inside the Beavers zone. Makes a stretch pass. That one goes off the stick. Puck behind the net. 15:35 remaining here in the first period. Henderson to Edwards. Edwards with it just inside of his own zone. Skates out of the zone, hits the red line. Cross corner dump in. Ursulak's there trying to get a stick on it. Looked like it was caught up in his equipment. Puck below the goal line at the hash marks now. Near side, flipped out of the zone. Ursulak there. He'll play it back in. Minot State with it. That one whiffed on. Ooh, and a good opportunity for Sam Edwards, but it looked like he overskated the puck. Pollock with it. On the backhand. Shot on. Nice stop made by Lucas Bain. To the far side of the ice. Rutkai chops at it. Puck comes out of the zone. Waiting for it is Logan Rands. To the near side for Jerome. Peyton Jerome fires one on. And Lucas Bain makes a glove save with 14:44 left to go here in the first period. Saints still looking for that first shot on goal. We're all tied up at 0.
Yeah, it's been an interesting start for both teams, really, in the first 5 minutes and change. There's a good pace to the game, but there isn't necessarily good execution by either side. Minot obviously has the shot totals, but Maryville, they've been getting the puck in the offensive zone a couple times. They just haven't managed to hit the goal yet.
Far side of the ice in the corner. Up top to the blue line in the skates. Rands with it. His shot. That one's blocked by Timon Prexler. His brother TJ working to get the puck out. Timon with it now. Finds Ursulak. Back to TJ. Prexler at the big red end. Floats it in. Flores to retrieve it. Pollock's there as well. Minot State able to come out with it. Here they come. They gained entry into the zone. Drop pass. Turned over. Flores looking to find Lucas Adams. Loose in the neutral zone. TJ to his brother Timon. Timon, his shot glances off his stick. Puck below the goal line. Minot State with it. Logan Rands behind the net. He'll look up as Minot State is getting a new forward group out on the ice to the near side. Crywye, stretch pass off the stick of Monias. Back forward is Rutkai. Rutkai, he whiffed on it. MacArthur trying to help him out. To the far side at the half wall. Back down low. At the hash marks, up top to the blue line. Wrist shot. Stop made by Bain. Puck is loose in the slot. Maryville able to come out with it up top to the blue line. Crywye with it again. His shot goes off his shin pad. MacArthur bumped off the puck. Back up top to the blue line. Far side. Top of the circle. Maryville picks it up. Olsen with it. Olsen to Zloty. That one went right under his stick as Crywye will pick it up for Minot State. Monias off the skate of Chad McElwain. Jake Chartier off the glass, takes a hit. Turcotte trying to get around Crywye at the hash marks. Back down low, near side corner. McElwain fighting for the puck. Pollock up the near side boards. Puck comes out of the zone. Back forward is Garrett Hunter. 12:35 left to go here in the first period. Stretch pass for Chartier. That one glanced off the skate of Rands. Minot State with it inside their own zone. Buckholz at his own blue line inside the neutral zone. That one off the stick of Arnold. Bouncing puck for Garrett Hunter. He'll flip it. Glove down by Chartier off the stick of Turcotte. Minot State with it again. That puck squeaks inside the Beavers zone. Rimmed around. Picked off by Sam Edwards. He has to wait. Floats it in. Delayed offsides. 11:55 left here in period number one. Still no score. 4 shots for Minot State. Only 1 for Maryville. Bouncing puck. Rands his shot well wide. Now to the far side. Another shot goes off the stick. Puck below the goal line. Now to the near side hash marks. Sam Edwards able to get it out. Jerome off the glove of Edwards. Just inside the zone for MacArthur. He'll go D to D for Ursulak. MacArthur gets it back. Finds Edwards at the blue line. Trying to find Smith. Smith with it at the red line. He'll play it back for Ursulak. D to D. MacArthur with it. Ursulak far side of the ice. Now to the near side for Smith. Smith looks up. Able to get it in as that one went off the glass. Crywye behind the net. Looks up. Breakout pass. Now to the near side. Henry with it. Henry, sauce pass. Good stick by Garrett Hunter. Now to the blue line. Crywye with it. Looks up, top of the circle, wrist shot. That one went right off Rutkai. And a nice stop by Bain. I think it might have went right through his pad and then just wide of the cage. Another shot off the stick. Puck behind the net out front. TJ Prexler waiting for it. That one glanced off his skate. Puck still inside the zone. Barley, far side, shot on, they score. The Saints unable to get the puck out of the zone. 10:34 left here in period number one as Reese Henry makes it a 1-0 game.
And you could kind of see that building there for Minot State. They just ended up getting chance after chance. We saw the one that went kind of through the pads, off the pads of Bain. And then Maryville just couldn't get the puck out. Minot State gets it over to the far circle. And just a quick snapshot. Bain was kind of caught in between two minds there. Didn't go down in the butterfly. Wouldn't have mattered. The puck was up high anyway. So an early lead for the Beavers.
Puck sent in, far side, back down low. Adams is there, takes a hit. Ursulak to Timon Prexler. Prexler in the skates of his brother TJ, flips it out of the zone. Off the stick of Flores, he'll race after it. Back forward is Logan Rands on his forehand. He's hit. Puck below the goal line. Both teams battling for the puck. That puck squirts loose to the near side corner. Up the near side boards, comes out of the zone. TJ Prexler there, finds Ursulak. Ursulak just inside of the blue line, looks up the middle to Zloty. Zloty in, Jackson Zloty, backhand, forehand, a nice stop made by Wallace. Rebound, another pad save. Saints looking to respond, top of the circle, Timon, drag, shoots. Puck is loose, side of the cage. Puck below the goal line. Lucas Adams digging for the puck, Zloty helping him out. Logan Rands trying to dig it free. 3 Beavers, 2 Saints. Zloty comes out with it. Zloty finds Prexler. Prexler brings it up to the blue line on the backhand pass to Ursulak. Back to Olsen to Prexler. Prexler looking for Zloty. Turned over and the Beavers will skate out of the zone. Zloty able to dump it in. Puck behind the net. To the near side. Monias brings it in. Ben MacArthur gets a stick on it. MacArthur to the far side. Rimmed up the boards. Smith takes a hit. Shot on. Pad save made by Bain. Now puck at the near side. Olsen, he'll lose it. Out front, McLean able to nab it for the Saints. He'll skate up ice. Near side red line, cross corner dump in. Smith on it. Will Smith falls into the boards. To the near side, sauce pass. Buckholz with it. Trying to get around Timon Prexler. Good defense by Timon as Garrett Hunter will take it. Finds Chartier. Errant pass. Minot State takes over. Puck at the blue line of Maryville. Beavers with it. Puck below the goal line, out front, off the stick, at the blue line. Pollock with it. Looks up. He'll take it at the hash marks. Shot on. That one rims all the way down as Wallace will come out of the net. Logan Rands to pick it up for the Beavers. Less than 8 minutes left to play here in period number 1. Minot State leading 1-0. Here they come. Barley. That puck is loose. Sent out of the zone. That'll go down the length of the ice. And we'll have an icing with 7:34 left here in period number 1. 1-0 in favor of Minot State. So Maryville with a nice chance a few sequences ago. Big saves made by Riley Wallace.
Yeah, the goaltenders on both sides have stood tall, but Wallace with some great reaction saves there. Quick pads down on the ice, keeping himself mobile. That came out for sure.
So the Beavers will have to tag up. Skating up ice is McElwain. Able to get it in, not too far in though, as that one comes out of the zone. Flipped off the glass. McElwain will have to tag up. Shots are even at 6 apiece, but the score favors the Beavers. Hunter, far side, flipped in. Bouncing puck, Wallace out of the net. He'll throw it to the near side for Jerome. Good play by Garrett Hunter to step up. Beavers get it back. They're able to clear. Sam Edwards waiting at the blue line, looks up into the skates of Hunter. Trying to lift the stick of Joseph. Jerome with it. Turns it over. Sam Edwards gets one on target. Sticked away by Wallace. Edwards gets it back. Sam Edwards brings it up to the blue line. That one off the skate. Puck comes out of the zone. Opportunity for Minot State. They have numbers. Here come the Beavers. Drag. Shoot. Oh, what a save made by Lucas Bain. Puck comes out of the zone.
Yeah, that's a gigantic bailout save there because Hunter went down. They worked their way around him. Basically ended up being almost a 3-on-0, but the initial puck carrier took the shot.
Ursulak takes a hit behind the net. Flores able to get the puck out. Minot State will regroup at the red line. And we'll get a whistle. Perhaps too many men on the ice. That will be the call. Maryville will head to the power play, down 1 with 5:57 remaining here in the first period.
Yeah, the Saints got a power play goal in the first period yesterday. They would dearly love to get one here today.
So an opportunity for the Saints to tie this game up. 5-on-4 for 2 minutes. We'll see if they can get the puck past Riley Wallace. Face-off won by the Saints at the blue line. Down low, Prexler with it. To the near side, Flores. Up top for Ursulak. Near side, blue line, sauce pass. Lucas Adams with it. Back to Ursulak. Ursulak, down low. TJ Prexler, far side. Up top for Ursulak. Prexler gets it back. Top of the circle. Looks up. Shoots one on. That one wide. Looked like he was looking for Hunter Flores. Flores with it for Adams. Over for Ursulak. Ursulak walks the line. Looks up. Ursulak to TJ Prexler. Prexler, top of the circle. Back to Ursulak. Prexler gets it back. Prexler to Ursulak. Slap shot on. That one's blocked to the corner. Prexler to Ursulak. Ursulak near side Adams. Adams down low. Flores at the dot. Flores, his shot's blocked. Bouncing puck far side. Ursulak able to keep it in. Prexler tied up against the boards. Helping him out is McElwain. Less than a minute to go on the Maryville power play. Minot State able to shovel that one out of the zone. Puck is at the blue line. Saints bring it right back in. Ursulak off the wall. McElwain with it. Down low. Flores' shot. That one goes to the far side. Kept in. Olsen to Sam Edwards. Edwards needs help. Sauce pass. That one hit off a stick. Minot State able to take control. Here they come. In. That one stopped by Bain. Nice pad save made by Lucas Bain. Minot State with a chance shorthanded. Brought in. Saints turn it over. Sent down the length of the ice. Less than 20 seconds to go on the Maryville power play. 4:10 remaining here in the first period. Saints trailing by 1.
Saints doing just a little bit too much. Just that extra pass. It's kind of putting themselves at less of an angle.
Olsen with it. Backhand. Will Smith. His shot goes over the cage. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Down low. Puck behind the net. Smith. Near side. Zloty trying to stuff it home, and that one stopped by Wallace. To the far side. Trying to shovel it out is Reed Arnold. Couldn't get it out, but that time Minot State able to exit the zone. They shoot one on. That one to the side of the net. Reverse for Hunter. Hunter with it. Up the near side boards off the stick of Turcotte. So the Saints unable to capitalize on the power play. Minot State with it. Inside the Saints zone. Turned over, and now a 3-on-2 for the Saints. Chartier with it. Chartier for Deco. Chartier gets it back. Wrist shot on, and that one is stopped by Wallace. And we'll get a whistle with 3:14 remaining here in period number 1.
And the Saints starting to kind of... Saints... Can we hear me now? There we go.
There we go.
Saints are they're starting to try to chip their way back into this game. They're looking a little bit frustrated on the offense. They're at least creating some looks.
Puck of the red line. Turcotte with it. Below the goal line. Flipped out of the zone. Bouncing puck. Here comes Barley at the dot. Shot on. Bain with the stop. Another one. And that one comes up into the high slot. Hunter will play it to the far side corner. Rutkai up the boards. Kept in at the blue line. Sent back down low as it rims around to the near side corner. Barley out front. Off a stick. Turcotte picks it up. Has his stick lifted. Puck behind the net out front. The referee in the way. Minot State with it. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the first period as that puck skips right over the stick of Logan Rands. He's back to retrieve it. He'll set up shot behind the net. Looks up and skates up ice. Thought about going to the near side to Arnold, but drops it off the stick. Puck inside the Maryville zone. MacArthur with it behind the net. He'll reverse. Ursulak. Off the stick, off the skate of Ben MacArthur. Puck stays inside the zone. Moffitt able to find Arnold. That feed to the blue line is intercepted by Flores. Puck inside the neutral zone. Timon Prexler to his brother TJ. TJ with it. TJ to the backhand. Spins away. Forehand shot on, and that one goes wide. Hunter's shot. Right off the pad. Wallace makes the stop. Hunter gets it back at the blue line. Kept in. Flores' shot is stopped by Wallace, and we'll get another whistle. 1:25 left here in the first period. Still 1-0 in favor of Minot State.
And the Saints are in a situation now to where they get themselves established in the zone. They're getting good looks, and they're getting second opportunities. It's just some of the play through the neutral zone and really even in their defensive zone that's leaving them a little bit wanting, because some of the passes are a little bit hopeful. They're sending it to areas, not necessarily to men. But, again, when they get themselves in the offensive zone, they're looking pretty good.
Less than 90 seconds here to play in the first period. Saints win the faceoff. Timon with it. Wrist shot on. That one off the back of Campbell McLean. Puck is loose. Minot State tried to get it out. They take possession of it, though, as Crywye will throw it up the far side for Jerome. Unable to get it all the way in as the Saints take possession. Sauce pass. Now a stretch pass, far side. Zloty Pushes the puck forward for Olsen. Olsen taken out of the play. Beavers take control. Up the near side wall. Picked off by Ursulak. Nice sauce pass on the backhand. Timon Prexler floats it in. McLean, the lone Saint, in on the forecheck. To the far side of the ice. Edwards on the backhand. Loses the puck. Sent in. Back forward is Ursulak. 35 seconds remaining here in the first period. Saints trail by 1. Pass intercepted. Barley with it at the blue line. And that one goes offsides. 27.9 ticks remaining here in period number 1. The Saints with 13 shots on goal, Todd. Minot State only 8.
Yeah, but the Beavers have had some good looks when they've been in the offensive zone, and I still feel like Maryville is playing with fire with their turnovers, either in the neutral zone or in the defensive zone. And so far they've gotten away with it, but they're just not really taking care of the puck in some important areas.
Minot State with it at the red line, fluttered in. Glove down by Luke McLeod. Less than 20 seconds remaining here in the period. Rands with it, wrist shot on. That one goes out of play, and we'll get a whistle with 12.8 remaining here in the period. The offensive zone faceoff for the Beavers. They lead by 1. Barley to take the faceoff, going up against Luke McLeod. Trying to dig it out. Puck squirts loose. Garrett Hunter with it. Far side board, Smith. Off the boards, puck comes out of the zone as the clock trickles down. And that'll do it for period number 1. 1-0. Minot State leads after 20 minutes of play. 40 minutes left to go here in this one. Enough time for the Saints to get back in this game.
Yeah, there's still a lot of hockey left. And Maryville, despite the fact that they made some mistakes, they still find themselves right in it. They created a few chances in which the goaltender, Wallace, was kind of the difference maker in terms of the Maryville perspective.
We'll break this one down with our intermission report, so don't go anywhere. Saints trail by 1. Minot State on top, 1-0. We'll be back right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Welcome to Maryville University,
Welcome to Saints Nation.
home of the Big Red M.
So what does it mean to be a Maryville Saint?
It's more than just going to classes.
As Saints, we are passionate about what we believe in.
We are open-minded and curious about other points of view.
And we know this about life at Maryville.
Your best experiences will happen when you get involved.
Make sure to get involved on campus.
We work hard.
But we have a lot of fun too.
We have a passion to see each other succeed.
You might have a few hiccups along the way, or maybe something more serious.
When we run into adversity,
We have faculty and staff here to provide support.
We stand with our fellow Saints through the good times.
And the difficult times.
So be sure to seek out help when you need it.
we know that here at Maryville,
We are never alone.
The spirit of Maryville flows through each person that steps foot on our campus.
Being a Saint is that feeling that Maryville University is your community.
That even when you're far away from home,
You are home.
We're on this journey together.
We are Maryville University.
One team, one family.
comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and a huge fan of the consistency year after year. For me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
There's a whole lot of wonder in the little word, why. It's uncovering how things work, what things are. Why is endless. Why is ageless, and it's for everyone to explore. At the St. Louis Science Center, the wonder of why is why we exist. We create it inside our building and in our community. Why is where wonder begins, and the St. Louis Science Center brings it to life. Come visit.
Unforgettable moments can happen anytime, anywhere. When we sit down and have a meal, the simplest joys turn into magic. All it takes is good company, great food, and a nice cold Coca-Cola. That's a recipe for magic. Welcome to Maryville University.
Welcome to Saints Nation,
home of the Big Red M.
So what does it mean to be a Maryville Saint?
It's more than just going to classes.
As Saints, we are passionate about what we believe in.
We are open-minded and curious about other points of view.
And we know this about life at Maryville.
Your best experiences will happen when you get involved.
Make sure to get involved on campus.
We work hard,
but we have a lot of fun too.
We have a passion to see each other succeed.
You might have a few hiccups along the way.
Or maybe something more serious.
When we run into adversity,
we have faculty and staff here to provide support.
We stand with our fellow Saints through the good times
and the difficult times.
So be sure to seek out help when you need it.
We know that here at Maryville,
we are never alone.
The spirit of Maryville flows through each person that steps foot on our campus.
Being a Saint is that feeling that Maryville University is your community.
That even when you're far away from home,
you are home.
We're on this journey together.
We are Maryville University.
One team, one family.
a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Alongside Todd Panula, I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for the Hogan Trucking Intermission Report as the Minot State Beavers lead your Maryville Saints 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Todd, when you look at last night's game and how the Saints played in the first period, they were up 2-0 after the first frame. What have you seen tonight from the Saints?
I think they look like a team that's playing their third game in 3 days.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a reflection on the energy that they brought or the style of game that they tried to play. They just don't necessarily have the energy in the legs. The will is there, I feel like, but it's just those few little extra connections, the last little play that they're trying to make is not necessarily on the tape. I thought there were a few mental errors to where they tried to make one too many passes maybe. So I think it's something that they can get ironed out, though, in the intermission. I don't know whether that's just the guys kind of talking amongst themselves and saying, hey, we need to do this or that, or if Coach Hogan might have a word or something. But it's nothing that they can't overcome. They're only down by a goal, but they just looked like a team that has played two hard-hitting games against two heavy opponents.
Yeah, and I think they'll take that 1-0, or at least trailing 1-0 heading into the first period. Like you said, they played 2 games already. By the way, you're taking on the number 1 team in the nation. You have to feel good about yourself. That second game, you knew the Beavers were going to come out hungry.
Yeah, and to Minot's credit, they came out. They had a little bit more jump, and really both teams are kind of doing the same thing. Minot doesn't look the freshest daisy out there either. They've got a little bit of fatigue in their legs. They've just managed to capitalize a little bit more on their opportunities. Again, only 8 shots, but they were a little bit more threatening with their shots. Whereas Maryville, they have 13, but I would say in terms of the chances created, it's probably about even.
Do you think that with the game going how it is right now, do you think that special teams will play a huge factor in tonight's game?
I think it could, and it depends on how the game goes because there really wasn't a lot of physicality in that first period. There was a little bit, especially first shift. Will Smith tried to kind of get involved with somebody or they tried to get involved with him, depending on your viewpoint. It depends on how the referees are going to call it. If we don't end up with a whole lot of penalties called, then it's going to be a moot point. But I think if somebody does get a power play goal, it's going to be of utmost importance.
Well, let's look at the goaltenders, too. Lucas Bain, he's given up 1 goal, but he's made a few good stops. And then on the other end, Riley Wallace also making some good stops as well. As Jackson Zloty was trying to stuff that puck, as you see right there, Lucas Bain gives up that first goal. But so far, so good for both goaltenders here in the first period.
Yeah, and that's going to be a situation where Bain, when he goes back to look at it, I think he just got caught in between two minds. He didn't necessarily know if he wanted to go down, and then he was just kind of in an awkward position there in terms of his body language and everything. But he made the stops that you want him to make. That was a goal that was a well-placed shot, really. And then on the other side, you get the goaltender for Minot, who wasn't tested a ton. He didn't have a ton of work, but the shots that Maryville did get through were decent opportunities, especially with that bang-bang play to where he had to make a couple quick saves. He makes one with the right pad and then back with the left there. So a good opportunity for Maryville. They would have loved to have tied the game up in that situation. But for the Saints, they just need to kind of keep plugging away.
Well, you mentioned the shots. The shots favored the Saints 13-8. However, the score is 1-0 in favor of Minot State. Second period coming your way next, so don't go anywhere. This has been your Hogan Trucking Report right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
St. Louis has a great history of sports.
We love our baseball.
Baseball is nuts. It's crazy. crazy here.
When we go back to St. Louis, we got to see the Cardinals play or the Blues.
St. Louis has such a rich history of soccer. This city is ready for an MLS team. It's really such a sports city, and you have to just experience the environment.
That's what makes St. Louis such a special place.
Time where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and a huge fan of the consistency. Year after year, for me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
Unforgettable moments can happen anytime, anywhere. When we sit down and have a meal, the simplest joys turn into magic. All it takes is good company, great food, and a nice cold Coca-Cola. That's a recipe for magic.
To get more out of your engine, demand more from what you put into it. Go the distance with Schaefer Racing. Supreme 7000 Synthetic Plus Racing Oil. Penetro 90. Molly Ultra Grease. Schaefer, the choice of home track heroes.
What you want, Lou Fuse has got it.
For the past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
Loufusc, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. RESPECT, get the respect that you'll need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
LOUFUSC, treat you right for 70. LOUFUSC, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with anniversary savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
LOUFUSC, where we treat you right, you'll see.
Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks for being a part of the USA Hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Alongside Todd Panula, I'm Andrew Marsh as we get set for period number 2. Minot State leads this one 1-0, and they win the face-off. Beavers get it in. Puck in the air at the blue line, off the glass. Pollock gets it in the corner. McLean takes a hit, up the near side, sent back down low. Sauce pass, too hot, comes out of the zone. Pollock, that one goes over his stick, off the boards. McLean racing after it. Beavers get it in. Hunter able to get it out. Far side of the ice, Olsen dumps it in. Wallace out of the net, he'll leave it. Spinning away is Pollock. He'll set up shop behind the cage and skates up ice. Little head fake, and he'll peel back behind the net. He'll do it again. TJ Prexler right outside the blue paint. Pollock with it. Puck to the near side at the red line. Trying to step up was MacArthur. May have got a piece of Arnold as he fell down as that puck goes out of play, and we'll get a whistle with 18:56 left here in the second period.
Yeah, that was kind of a dangerous situation, though, because MacArthur was a little bit off balance. He wasn't going to let both the man and the puck go by him, but he almost launched himself, went out kind of with an elbow out in front, mainly to defend himself, but it was a situation, if there had been more contact, you might have given the referee an excuse to call a penalty.
And we've seen Ben MacArthur multiple times step up and lay a big hit. We saw it a few weeks ago. Somehow it turned into a penalty for him. That shot's blocked down low. Henry, near side corner. Ursulak fighting for the puck. Up top to the blue line. Puck comes out of the zone. Barley to the far side of the ice. That pass off the skate of Lucas Adams. TJ Prexler has it for the Saints. To Flores. Flores takes it out of the zone, hits the red line, takes a hit and dumps it in. Back to retrieve it is Crywye. He'll reverse it. That pass up the middle. Kadoff with it now near side at the red line. Cross corner dump in. Bouncing puck. Hunter off the stick. Prexler back down low. Now to the near side for Rutkai. Rutkai to Smith. Smith with it at the blue line. Hits the red line. Floats it in. McLeod in on the forecheck. Wallace rims it around. Edwards, his shot. That one goes in. He scores! Sam Edwards ties this one up. Riley Wallace came out of the net, rimmed it around to the far side. And Sam Edwards fired it on net. He makes it a 1-1 game with 17:46 remaining here in the second period.
And that's why you put the puck on the net, because you never know what could happen. The goaltender just kind of crisscrossed a little bit, and it ends up with a situation where the Saints are now tied up.
Face-off won by Minot State. Big-time goal for Sam Edwards as the Saints strike first here in the second period. 1-1 the score. Puck dumped in. Hunter pins it up against the boards. McLeod, he's waiting for it. Rims up to the near side blue line. Pollock with it. Pollock fires one on. That one's blocked by McLeod. McLeod to Edwards. Edwards with it. Edwards at the red line, dumps it in. He'll go in to retrieve it. Back forward is Rands. Rands takes the hit. Edwards with it in the corner. Edwards looking for Chartier. Minot State able to come out with it. Jerome fires it in. He'll go off for a line change. Back forward is Timon Prexler. He'll find McElwain. McElwain able to get it in. Up the far side boards at the blue line. Prexler with it. Timon shot. And that one stopped right inside the glove of Riley Wallace. We'll get a whistle. 16:40 remaining here in period number 2. We're all knotted up at 1.
A lot of good early jump, though, from Maryville. They've got a couple shots on goal already here in the first 3 minutes and change, and they've tied the game as well. So that's kind of what I said. Maybe all they just needed was that break in the intermission.
Prexler, Chartier, shot, pad save made by Wallace. Another shot goes over the cage. Timon once again off the stick, near side at the half wall. Good job by Ursulak. He'll lose the puck. Able to pick it up is Peyton Jerome. Far side of the ice at the blue line. Beavers gain entry into the zone. It's turned over. Maryville now able to exit the zone at the red line. Punched forward. Peterson with it. Peterson on the forehand. Wrist shot. That one goes wide. Far side of the ice. Monias takes a hit. Puck behind the net. Ursulak tries to dangle behind the net. Loses it. But the Saints will regain possession of it. Timon finds Ursulak. Sauce pass over that twig that's just laying there. McElwain driving. McElwain has his stick lifted, and he draws a penalty. 15:45 left here in the second period. A slashing call, and that'll send Maryville to the power play.
And you talked about it, Marshy, whether or not special teams would come in to be a factor. And we don't know how this is going to transpire now, but if Maryville gets a power play goal and takes a 1-goal lead, then that's a gigantic swing of momentum.
So last night it was the Saints who owned the first period. Minot State grabbed a hold of that second. This time, Minot State scored in the first, and the Saints have responded here in the second frame. We'll see if they can take the lead on the power play. Edwards with it, top of the circle. Looks up, elects to play it back up top for Timon Prexler. Edwards gets it back, near side circle, top of the key. Far side for Zloty. Zloty back to Prexler. Prexler, that one off his stick. Punch forward out of the zone. Now his stick gets taken out. No call though. Puck behind the net. Beavers with it. Side of the cage. Puck is loose. Picked up by Maryville. Here they come. Sam Edwards with it. Hits the red line. Gains entry into the zone. Goes right between the legs of Christian Kadoff as the puck is inside the Beaver zone in the corner, but Minot State going the other way. They have numbers. 2-on-1. Arnold in. Wrist shot. That one stopped by Bain. Played back for Pollock. Just inside of his own zone. Thrown down the length of the ice. Timon Prexler with it. Less than a minute to go on the Maryville power play.
That's at least the third bailout save that Lucas Bain has had to make in this game. Maryville, unfortunately, were kind of at the end of the shift, so they had some tired legs out there, but Bain keeping them in this.
That one in the skate of Rands. Beavers with it. Pollock off the skate. Puck into corner. Now to the half wall. Kept in by Lucas Adams to the far side of the ice. Flores with it. Back down low. Prexler. Pollock's there as well. Pollock on the backhand. Sends it out of play, and we'll get a whistle. 18 seconds remaining until we're back to 5-on-5. 14:02 left here in the second period. All tied up at 1.
We talk about it a lot. Sometimes maybe we overstate it, especially on myself, but face-off wins. You got to establish yourself in the offensive zone, especially on the power play with time taken away.
Saints grab possession of it off the draw, rimmed around to the near side. Adams is there, trying to seal the wall. Good job. McElwain fighting for the puck. That stick tied up inside of his arm. 2 seconds. We're back to 5-on-5. TJ Prexler with it. Near side. Adams, shot on. That one's off the skate. And now an opportunity for Minot State. In is Sheldon Howard. Howard on a breakaway. Nice stop made by Lucas Bain. Prexler with it to MacArthur. At the blue line. Ursulak stepping up. He activates. That one off his skate. Turned over. Beavers going the other way with it. Colby Joseph stops. Trying to put it down low. At the hash marks. Saints with it. Ursulak. Below the goal line. He'll go D to D. Stretch pass off the stick of Turcotte. Doesn't make its way inside the zone. Sent back inside Maryville zone. Back to retrieve it is Adams. Charche finds Turcotte. Turcotte able to put it in. He'll race after it. 12:50 remaining here in period number 2. Far side for Monias. Back to Peyton Jerome. Jerome with it behind the net. 12:40 now left here in the second period. The Saints unable to capitalize on the power play. Lucas Bain has made some huge stops so far here in the second period as he'll put a glove on that one. Easy catch. 12:28 remaining here in the second period. 15 shots for the Saints, 10 for the Beavers.
Yeah, only 2 shots on goal for Minot State, but both of them have been quality chances. You had the odd man rush, shorthanded, then you had a breakaway, and Lucas Bain has stood tall.
Lucas Bain took over as the starting netminder. Ed Coffey injured in the month of January. And Lucas Bain has looked sharp in his time as the starting netminder for the Saints. Puck comes out of the zone. Pollock hounded by Will Smith to the far side at the blue line. Puck inside Beaver territory, just inside the blue line. In the skates. Rimmed around, near side. Rutkai steps up. Puck below the goal line. Smith getting physical down low. Hunter takes his man out. Edwards is there. That shot goes off his skate. Squeaks out front. Hunter with it. Wrist shot. Doesn't make its way through. And that one goes out of play. We'll get a whistle with 11:42 remaining here in the period.
A good rebound for the Saints on that shift after not a poor, but just a lackluster power play overall. But you get it back into the zone. They're creating a little bit of havoc. Now you get another chance with an offensive zone faceoff.
Beavers with it. Breakout pass. Comes out of the zone. Timon Prexler to MacArthur. MacArthur off the near side wall. Zloty can't get it out. Sent back in, down low. MacArthur to Timon Prexler. Prexler sauce pass. Puck stays inside the zone. Nice hand-eye coordination by Josh Olson to whack it out. Moffitt with it. Near side corner for Prexler. Spins away. MacArthur's there. Finds Zloty. Zloty skates up ice at the red line. Olson reverses for Zloty. Puck tied up in the corner. 10:55 remaining on the clock here in the second period. Beavers come out with it. At the blue line. Sent in. Back forward is Hunter. Not able to get there in time. Bouncing puck in the corner. That shot goes off the side of the net. Puck below the goal line. Near side. Top of the circle. Pollock, wrist shot on. Stop made by Bain. Able to throw it in the corner with the stick. Flores getting physical. Shot from a weird angle. Stop made by Bain. Flipped out of the zone. Prexler waiting for it. Bouncing puck just inside Minot State territory. Pollock finds Kadoff. Barley with it. His shot goes off of Ursulak to the far side of the ice. Saints with it. They exit the zone. Flores now hits the red line. Gains entry into the zone. Drops it. Ursulak shot on. Pad save made by Wallace. Kept in by McLeod to Ursulak. His shot goes just wide of the blocker. Far side corner. Less than 10 minutes to play here in the second period. We're all tied up at 1. Back to retrieve it is Rutkai. Benji Rutkai. Stretch pass. McElwain in. Chad McElwain at the dot. His shot goes just past the blocker of Wallace. And now Minot State going the other way. 3-on-2. Shot on. Bain makes the stop. Puts it in the corner. That one rides the wall as the Saints are going the opposite direction. McElwain with it again to Turcotte. Top of the circle. Turcotte. That shot goes off the shin pad of Chad McElwain as Minot State now going the other way. Back and forth. Both teams getting opportunities here in the second period as Chad McElwain lays a huge hit. Off the skate of Jerome in the corner. MacArthur to McElwain. That one goes off his stick. Oh, that one hit right off a stick. And a nice stop by Lucas Bain. Sent back in. Bain pokes at it. MacArthur waiting for it. Prexler's the one to pick it up. Throws it off the glass. Can't get it out. Gets it back though. Timon Prexler hits the red line. Backhanded feed for Dylan Deco, who will go off for a line change. Timon Prexler in on that forecheck, lost his stick. Stretch pass. Now to the near side. Peterson waits for it. On his forehand, it jumps off his stick. Puck behind the net. Far side half wall. Sam Edwards gets it out. Pollock waiting for it. Pollock at the red line. Cross corner dump in. Ursulak trying to rim it around. It's intercepted. That pass goes off his skate. Saints with it. Chartier loses the puck. Rands at the red line. Dumps it back in. Garrett Hunter for the Saints. Near side, just inside his zone. Off the stick of Edwards. In on the forecheck is Adams. Adams tries to feed one towards the front of the net. Hit off his skate. Saints still with it at the blue line. Edwards on the near side half wall. Fighting for the puck. Minot State with it. Off the glass. Moffitt picks it up for the Beavers. Third man high. Shot on. Bain makes another stop. Up top to the blue line. Top of the circle. Another shot. That one's blocked. Edwards flips it up in the air. He'll go off for a line change. Stretch pass near side. Moffitt. Beavers with numbers. In, and that one just hopped right over the stick of Jay Buckholz. Shot on. Bain another stop. Glances wide to the near side. Down low in the corner. Up top. Pollock with it. Wrist shot on. Another pad save made. Rebound. What a stop made by Lucas Bain. He's been huge for the Saints here in the second period. Saints with it. Olsen just inside his own zone. Spins and fires. Turns it over. Garrett Hunter steps up, but we'll get a whistle. And it looks like the Saints will be heading to the penalty kill with 6:49 left here in period number 2. 17 shots for Maryville, 17 shots for Minot State, and we're all tied up at 1.
Yeah, Lucas Bain has just absolutely been on point all game long, really, but especially here in the second period. He's made several key saves for the Saints. As we get a look at one of them coming up here. The shot comes from outside. Kind of crisscrossed him a little bit. I don't know if that went off the left pad and squirted across, but still good position regardless, as he got his way back over to the far post to make the second save as well.
Well, he'll have to be the Saints' most important penalty killer as they are shorthanded for 2 minutes. MacArthur trying to get it out, kept in by Cade off far side, blue line. That bumper man is Reese Henry. Near side, up top, shot on, doesn't make its way through, puck in the corner. Fluttering puck comes out of the zone. 90 seconds remaining on the Beavers power play. Cade off behind the net. Far side of the ice, now to the middle of the ice. Entering into the zone is Barley. His shot is stopped by Bain. 6:01 left here in period number 2. 1:13 left on the Beaver power play.
Just a solid positional save there from Bain, sealing himself up against the post. We saw earlier in the game he was a little too active with the stick, poked it away when he could have covered it up. This time he makes a better decision, get himself some fresh legs on the penalty kill by freezing it up.
Another tight game here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. Beavers with it on the power play. They'll set things up, trying to make it a 2-1 game. Top of the circle near side, top of the key, slap shot on goes wide. Chartier with it, slaps it out of the zone. Less than a minute to go until we're back to 5-on-5. As Kadoff will set things up behind the net. Looks up. He'll skate up ice to the near side. With it now is Reed Arnold, who dumps it in. Rimmed around to the far side of the ice. In the corner. Rands with it to Pollock. Pollock now to the top of the circle, far side, back door. Oh, and that one goes wide. Wow, Reed Arnold had a wide open net near side. That slap shot on is stopped. Chartier can't get it out. Rands fires one on again, and that one was a tough stop for Lucas Bain. He made it look easy, but he was screened the entire way, Todd.
Yeah, but going back to that Reed Arnold shot, I don't know how he missed it that badly. He's the leading goal scorer for Minot State, and he didn't even force the goaltender to make a save. He shot it completely back across the crease.
Back to 5-on-5. Saints with it inside the neutral zone. Chartier loses his handle of the puck. Off the glass. Hunter with it. Hunter to the near side off the stick of Zloty. He'll go after it. Off the near side boards, Jerome flips it up in the air. Bouncing puck, MacArthur trying to get it out of the zone. Stays inside. Near side corner, battling for it is McLean. Campbell McLean, the hero in last night's game, to make it 3-2. The Saints looking for the sweep tonight. They're all tied up at 1 with the best team in the country in Minot State. Olsen with it. He'll play it back for Rutkai. Rutkai knocked off the puck. Ben MacArthur's there, throws it off the glass, able to get it out. Crywye throws it right back in. Rutkai to retrieve it in the corner. Benji Rutkai looks up off the stick of McLean. Out of his net is Wallace. Near side. Waiting for it and making the pass is Kadoff. Hits off a stick. At the red line, Henry nabs it. Beavers in. Henry, his shot. Off the shin pad. Puck is loose. Shot on. Another block for the Saints. That was McElwain who went down, and they're able to clear the zone. Back to retrieve it is Eric Crywye. Off the stick of Kadoff. Going back for it is Ursulak. Ursulak to TJ Prexler. Far side of the ice. In the skates. Now to Smith. Will Smith with speed. Here comes Will Smith on the backhand. Smith takes it in. Oh, what a stop made by Riley Wallace. Keeps it a 1-1 game with 2:56 left here in the second period. Will Smith turned on the Jets, but unable to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where Wallace is lucky and good because he didn't know where that puck was. But again, solid positional goaltending there. He managed to keep the pads down, keep them shut. Didn't manage to spin it through and kick it in himself.
Offensive zone faceoff for the Saints. They win it. Smith has his stick lifted. Puck comes out of the zone. He'll play it for MacArthur. MacArthur D-to-D to Prexler. That one off the stick of Chartier. Rands with it behind the net. Tries to reverse it. Smith with the hit. Rands gets it back. Finds Peterson. Peterson. Pass intercepted by Timon Prexler. Prexler, sauce pass to Smith. Smith drops it. Shot. Pad save made. MacArthur waiting for it at the blue line. MacArthur off the stick of Sam Edwards as that puck goes wide. Played back down low. Logan Rands with the puck. Stretch pass. That one off a stick and out of play with 2:20 remaining in the second period.
Saints coming close again, though. I think if Jake Chartier's a left-handed shot, he's got the stick down in perfect position to get that rebound coming off the right pad of the goaltender, but he was crossed up and held up by the defender, so he wasn't able to get to that loose puck.
We'll get a face-off at center ice. Minot State wins it. D-to-D, Crywye inside of his own zone, far side of the ice, now to the near side. Able to get it in is Joey Moffitt. Behind the net. No one there, but Minot State trying to step up and keep it in is Jerome. He does. Throws it off a skate of TJ Prexler to the near side corner. Hunter to Flores. Puck comes out of the zone. Arnold back to the far side of the ice. Minot State enters into the zone. All the way around the zone. Buckholz to the far side. Shot on. And a glove save made by Lucas Bain. 1:39 left to go in the period.
The team's trading chances back and forth late in the second. I think both of them need to be careful not to make that late mistake to give either side the advantage going into the intermission.
Face-off coming to the blocker side of Lucas Bain, who's been terrific tonight for Maryville. Rimmed around to the near side half wall, chopped out of the zone, no icing. Back forward is Rands. 90 seconds to go here in the second period. Olsen hounding the puck. McLean with it. McLean trying to stuff it near side. Minot State able to get it out. Rutkai at the red line. Floats it back in. Bouncing puck right into the glove of Wallace. And we'll get another whistle. 1:13 left here in the second period. Still 1-1. Another tight game here in Chesterfield, Missouri. Last night's game came down to the final 2 minutes. And Minot State last night, Todd, almost tied the game. They won the faceoff on the far side of the ice, rang the post. Puck comes out of the zone, and then an icing call, and that one pretty much sealed the deal.
Yeah, that's one of those sounds that you love as a goaltender, but you're always afraid, where did the puck go off the post?
Puck at the blue line of Maryville. They'll take possession of it. Olsen far side of the ice at the red line, tries to float it in. Not enough mustard on it, but Maryville gets it back. Zloty at the red line on his backhand in the skates of Olsen. Zloty gets it back, tries to float it in. It goes back inside Maryville territory for MacArthur. Off the near side wall, hits the skate of McLean. And now Jerome picks it up for the Beavers. Top of the circle, slap shot on, right into the glove of Lucas Bain. We're going to whistle with 36.1 seconds remaining in the second period.
And you have to play the game as it is, so you want Ben MacArthur to go down and try to block that shot. But just in the back of my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, they've already got two guys injured on the blue line. That had some steam behind it. So fortunately for Maryville, it went through and directly into the glove of Lucas Bain instead of going off the defender.
We've seen a few blocked shots from Maryville tonight, but most of the legwork coming from Lucas Bain, who's been terrific so far. Less than a minute to go, 30 seconds left here in the period. Minot State, here they come. Kadoff, his shot well wide. Puck stays inside the zone, puck down low. Less than 20 seconds remaining in the period. To the near side corner. Puck is loose for McElwain. McElwain, that pass up to the blue line, sent back down low. Feed out front, hits off his skate below the goal line. 1 second remaining, and that'll do it for period number 2. The Saints respond and make it a 1-1 game. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes left to play here at the Maryville University Hockey Center.
Both sides have put in the energy, they've put in the effort. And so far it's pretty even, and just like last night, it's going to come down to the final 20 minutes of regulation.
We'll see if the next goal wins. 20 minutes left to play here in this one. We'll break down the second period with our intermission report. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Maryville Saints hockey right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. Hundreds of elite players and coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association. More than just a game.
This is the letter I've been telling you about.
This letter is for you. From what I hear, you're supposed to be the next Tom Brady. What I'm about to say is important. Never let them call you the next Tom Brady. When they compare you to the GOATs, tune it out. When they say you're a 6th-round draft pick, store it away. Compare yourself to nobody but the kid in the mirror. The one who goes all in, all out, and has the crazy confidence to know that who you are today is just a piece of who you're going to become. This letter's for that you, the one no one will see coming. Sincerely, Tom.
What about your dreams, man?
What you want, Lou Fuse has got it.
For the past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
Loufusc, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. RESPECT, get the respect that you'll need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
LOUFUSZ, treat you right for 70. LOUFUSZ, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with anniversary savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
LOUFUSZ, where we'll treat you right, you'll see.
Hello, everyone. I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks for being a part of the USA Hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers and our staff work every single day as hard as they can to make sure hockey is the best sports experience in every community in our country. Within USA Hockey, you're part of an organization that's a world leader in development, safety, fun, and success, and one that is committed to fostering a welcoming environment for all by building a diverse, equitable, and inclusive game. Hockey is played in thousands of communities across our entire country. Please join me in keeping the momentum going by inviting at least one new person to get involved with hockey this year. It doesn't matter if it's someone who wants to play, coach, officiate, volunteer, or just be a fan. We're excited about sharing the joy our sport brings with as many people as possible. I would also like to offer a friendly reminder to make sure that respect is top of mind every time you enter the rink or take to the ice for a game or practice this season. That includes making sure that we never use hateful or discriminatory language, as it has absolutely no place in our game or in our society. It's on all of us to make sure that we respect the game, including playing within the rules, treating officials with respect, giving our best, and being a good teammate. In the end, hockey is about fun, so let's make sure we never lose sight of that. Here's to a great season ahead, one filled with friendship, respect, success, and most of all, plenty of smiles.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hogan Trucking Intermission Report right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. We have ourselves a 1-1 game. Top Panula, I'm Andrew Marsh. A different period than last night's second period. This time it's the Saints who won that second.
Yeah, so far everything's kind of gone in reverse. It was a heavy, strong first period for Minot and a good second period for Maryville, at least in terms of the score. They had to rely on Lucas Bain a lot.
Yeah.
It ended up being a heavy shot favorite in favor of Minot overall, but Lucas Bain was up to the task. He stopped an odd man rush, a shorthanded, and then a breakaway, and then as we see here, a couple good reaction saves down low, keeping the pads active and keeping his team in the game. And now that's what you want from your goaltender. Give yourself a chance to win late in the game. Well, they've got 20 minutes ahead of them, and they've got a chance to win it.
Yeah, Lucas Bain has been fantastic in this one. Riley Wallace also doing a fantastic job as well. However, threw the puck to the far side. Sam Edwards takes the puck, throws it in the back of the net, and that's why we are at 1-1 right now.
Yeah, and it's one of those situations to where that's why fans say it a little too often, but
yeah.
That's why you put the puck on the net. Sometimes good things will happen just throwing the puck towards the net. Goaltender was a little bit out of position because, as you mentioned, he made somewhat of a puck handling error. And Sam Edwards, with good hockey IQ, knew what the situation was, took a chance, just put it on goal, and he's given his team a tie game.
Well, it's a 1-1 game right now. You mentioned that this game has sort of has that reverse effect to it, right? It feels like last night's game, except for the other way around. We know how last night's game ended up. The Maryville Saints won with 1:10 left in the game, thanks to Campbell McLean. They win 3-2. What do they got to do tonight to pick up a victory and basically make sure that you're not right? With the reverse, of course.
Well, I could be a smart aleck and just say they need to be the next team to score. But it's a situation where I think overall they just need to come out hard. And that's easier said than done because, as we mentioned kind of throughout the contest thus far, there's been periods here and there to where they've looked a fatigued team. They've made a few mental errors here and there. They had a good push there in the second period. But what kind of legs do you have going into the third period of a third game in 3 days? So they need to find that energy, and whether that's just kind of mustering it in yourself or somebody giving a good speech in the locker room, that's up to them to kind of pull that out of their back pocket. But I think they need to come out first 2 shifts, really establish themselves, regardless of what the possession metrics are, whether it's defensively or if you get a chance offensively. First couple shifts, they really kind of need to dictate the pace.
Yeah, we'll see if they can execute. They know what's on the line, a sweep against the number 1 team in the nation. We'll see if the Saints can do it here in the third period. We'll be right back with period number 3. 20 minutes left to play, and we have the third period coming your way next right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
St. Louis has a great history of sports.
We love our baseball.
Baseball is nuts. It's crazy here.
When we go back to St. Louis, we got to see the Cardinals play or the Blues.
St. Louis has such a rich history of soccer. This city is ready for an MLS team. It's really such a sports city, and you have to just experience the environment.
That's what makes St. Louis such a special place.
Where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and a huge fan of the consistency year after year for me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a warrior.
Unforgettable moments can happen anytime, anywhere. When we sit down and have a meal, the simplest joys turn into magic. All it takes is good company, great food, and a nice cold Coca-Cola. That's a recipe for magic.
To get more out of your engine, demand more from what you put into it. Go the distance with Schaefer Racing. Supreme 7000 Synthetic Plus Racing Oil. Penetro 90. Molly Ultra Grease. Schaefer, the choice of home track heroes.
For the past past 70 years, Lou Fuse has called St. Louis home, growing our dealership and community family, delivering the best experience.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, where we'll treat you right, you'll see. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, get the respect that you'll need.
With 17 brands, 12 dealerships, thousands of new, certified pre-owned, used, and motorsport vehicles, and millions of happy customers, Lou Fuse is here for you. Year after year, Lou Fuse has been proud to support youth athletics, honored to give back to community charities, and happy to deliver the respect and customer service you deserve.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, treat you right for 70. L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, it's our anniversary.
Come celebrate our 70th anniversary with us, with anniversary savings and specials all year long. And everyone gets the Fuse Family Promise, including warranties on new and Fuse certified vehicles, a money-back guarantee, and exchange policy.
L-O-U-F-U-S-Z, where we'll treat you right, you'll see.
Hello, everyone. I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks for being a part of the USA Hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers and our staff work every single day as hard as they can to make sure hockey is the best sports experience in every community in our country. Within USA Hockey, you're part of an organization that's a world leader in development, safety, fun, and success, and one that is committed to fostering a welcoming environment for all by building a diverse, equitable, and inclusive game. Hockey is played in thousands of communities across our entire country. Please join me in keeping the momentum going by inviting at least one new person to get involved with hockey this year. It doesn't matter if it's someone who wants to play, coach, officiate, volunteer, or just be a fan. We're excited about sharing the joy our sport brings with as many people as possible. I would also like to offer a friendly reminder to make sure that respect is top of mind every time you enter the rink or take to the ice for a game or practice this season. That includes making sure that we never use hateful or discriminatory language, as it has absolutely no place in our game or in our society. It's on all of us to make sure that we respect the game, including playing within the rules, treating officials with respect, giving our best, and being a good teammate. In the end, hockey is about fun, so let's make sure we never lose sight of that. Here's to a great season ahead, one filled with friendship, respect, success, and most of all, plenty of smiles.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Alongside Todd Panula, I'm Andrew Marsh. And Todd, we have 20 minutes left to play here in this one. It's a tie game. Maybe we'll get free hockey. Maybe someone will score with 1 minute left to go. Maybe we'll get a goal right off the rip here in the third period. We have no idea how this third period will transpire, but so far we've had two great games between these two teams this weekend.
Yeah, through, what is that, 100 minutes thus far?
Good math, yeah. I'm just going to take your word for it.
It took me a second to think about that.
I wasn't a math major. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah, that's why I went into broadcasting myself. Math is hard. But it's a situation where you couldn't ask for much better. You've got two of the top teams in the country. Maryville's trying to prove that they belong, not just in the top five, but in the national championship discussion at least. And until they get a little further in the tournament, they won't officially be there. But these are the kind of games that you really kind of want to perform. You want to showcase yourself, your talents, where you are as a program. And to their credit, Maryville has done everything that's been asked of them thus far. And now for the final game of this two-game set, it boils down to the final third period.
Yeah, and really impressive, too, playing two games already this weekend. This is their third game, something that we don't typically see Maryville do throughout the regular season. And by the way, 60 plus 40, now that you say it out loud, yeah, that is pretty easy, 100 minutes. We'll see if we'll have just 20 minutes to play left in this one, or maybe we'll get that extra 5. It is a tie game. Heading into the third period as both teams are ready to go for this third frame. And we are underway. 20 minutes left to play here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. Last night, Todd said first goal or the next goal could win the game. That was the case. We'll see if it's the case tonight. That puck comes out of the zone. Back forward is Garrett Hunter. No icing. Linesman waves it off. Hunter with it. Near side at the dot. Finds Olsen. Olsen, far side for Zloty. Zloty has Hunter driving the net. Puck in the corner. He overskates the puck. Minot State takes possession of it. Beavers with it at the red line. Buckholes able to float it in. He'll go off for a line change. Edwards. That pass. Shot on. Fluttering puck, and Lucas Bain makes the stop. 19-12 left here in the third period. An errant pass by the Saints leads to a shot on net, and that is something they'll have to crack down on here in the final frame of this game. Turnovers inside the neutral zone and turnovers inside their own zone, especially below the dots.
And they've gotten away with it in the last two games against Minot State, but it's not something you want to make a habit of when you come down to the tournament play.
Puck behind the net, side of the cage. Fired on, and we'll get a stop. 19:06 left here in period number 3. Saints in white, Beavers in black. I don't know about you, Todd. Those Minot State jerseys are pretty crispy.
Yeah, I love them from a broadcast perspective. The numbers stand out pretty good.
Sam Edwards with it at the half wall. Sauce pass. Ursulak off the far side wall. McLeod able to get it out. Picked up by Smith. Smith for MacArthur. MacArthur. Oh, he has to wait. Smith went off sides. We'll get another whistle. 18:48 left to go in the third.
2 periods in a row, really 3 periods in a row now, to where we've had quite a few whistles due to stoppages, random stoppages. So for whatever reason, coming out of the intermission, it takes both teams a couple minutes to really kind of get themselves back in flow.
Near side corner. Kadoff back down low. Near side for Barley. Up top to the blue line. Crywye with it. Wrist shot on off a stick, and a stop made by Bain. Far side of the ice. Flores. Sauce pass off a stick. Crywye on his backhand. Off the boards, kept in. Now it comes out. Skating up ice is Barley. Barley, middle of the ice, stops. Shot on. Off the stick, out of play. Jakubowski flying in. Lucas Bain with the stop. 18-18 remaining here in the third period. Still tied up at 1. Minot State so far with a few shots on net. Maryville trying to find their footing offensively. Another offensive zone faceoff for the Beavers. Faceoff won by Minot State. Rands with it, walks the line, wrist shot on, goes wide of the cage. Jerome fires one to the near side half wall. Back up top of the blue line, goes between the wickets of Rands. He'll go D to D. At the red line, Pollock cross corner dump in. It hits off the body of Timon Prexler. Ursulak with it. Trying to float it out of the zone. He does. It's kicked at. Beavers take control of it. Bouncing puck at the red line. Dumped back in by Joseph. Puck in the corner. Behind the net. Near side. Prexler finds his brother in TJ. That's time into TJ. It's always fun when they're both out on the ice, Todd. We get to call them by their first names.
Yeah, the old Sundins play.
Brett Ursulak with the puck inside his own zone. Timon Prexler now with it. Turcotte enters into the Beavers zone. That shot doesn't make its way through. Not enough mustard on it. Saints with it inside the neutral zone. Chartier under the stick of Chad McElwain. Crywye able to find Monias. He's pinned up against the boards. Far side of the ice. 3 minutes have gone by here in period number 3. 1-1 the score. Beavers with it. They exit the zone at the red line. Off the skate of Benji Rutkai, sent inside the zone. Near side corner for MacArthur. And we'll get a whistle. Looks like the referee was, I don't know what kind of, what was that?
Well, I think once he went over to the penalty box, he called a rough. But, yeah, he, acted it out. He did a little WWE move, like a forearm shiver down in the back of the head or something. I don't know.
Hopefully we got that on camera. Well, either way, Minot State will head to the power play as Chad McElwain will sit for 2 minutes. 16:46 left on the clock here in the third period, and a chance for the Beavers to take the lead. They win the faceoff. Rands with it at the blue line. Far side. Back down low. In the corner. Puck behind the net. The call was a roughing call. Puck sent around the boards, up top to the blue line. Pollock to Rands. Rands with it. Sauce pass into the skates. Saints trying to clear the zone. They can't. And Will Smith's trying to, looked like he was trying to kill Coach John Hogan.
Will Smith trying to act like he didn't do it on purpose. He's hands on his head. Going back to that official thing, though, I'm pretty sure the movie was Unnecessary Roughness, where the referee just starts calling out karate kicks and chops and whatever on all the penalties. That's what it reminded me of.
Good reflexes by Coach Hogan. Beavers with it. Moffitt. That shot off a stick over the cage. Big hit by Will Smith. That pass off a stick. Moffitt near side. Buckholz's shot was more of a pass as Arnold takes possession of it at the hash marks. Down low in the corner. Spins away. Back up top. Blue line for Moffitt. Top of the key. Rands switching with Pollock. Rands his shot. Looked like it glanced off the stick of Lucas Bain. 1 minute left to go in the power play. Shot from a weird angle. Puck is cleared, and the Saints will go off for a line change.
Yeah, that was a really weird angle. Luckily, Bain had his skate tied up against the post. A lot of times you'll see goaltenders think that might go around the net and cheat off a little bit.
Beavers enter into the zone. Knocked off the puck. Rimmed around, near side. Waiting for it is Barley. At the half wall, Barley gets it back. Top of the key. Beavers looking to make it a 2-1 game. Top of the circle, Barley's shot. That one's blocked by Chartier. He'll go off for a line change as he clears the zone. 20 seconds remaining till we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Puck at the blue line. Minot State with it. Barley, far side of the ice. They gain entry into the zone. Barley gets it back. Shot on. Stop made by Bain. Puck is loose in the corner. 3 seconds remaining on the power play. We're back to 5-on-5. Far side shot on. Lucas Bain with a stop. Near side. Barley off the side of the net. Into the corner. Minot State with possession of it. Howard throws it back down deep. Garrett Hunter with it. Hunter, forehand off the glass. That one will go down the length of the ice. And we will get an icing call with 14:23 left here in the third period.
Well, I talked about it during the intermission that Maryville really kind of needed to establish themselves first couple shifts. If you want to give them a little bit of credit, they did that in terms of getting that penalty kill, but overall, it's been all Minot thus far. 4 shots on goal to none for Maryville.
So Maryville with a big penalty kill. Maybe they can grab some momentum. Timon Prexler with it in the corner to Turcotte. Turcotte at the blue line. Finds Smith. Smith with it. Punch forward. He'll race after the puck. Has Edwards with him as well. Smith tied up against the boards. Puck below the goal line. Side of the cage. Now behind the net. Wraparound intent. Puck is loose. And that one goes off the body as skating up ice is Buckholz. Buckholz with it at the dot forehand. That one off a skate goes just wide of the cage. Picked up by Timon Prexler. Finds Sam Edwards. Edwards at the red line. Trying to get it in. Smith goes offside. It's delayed offsides. He'll have to tag up as Buckholz will take possession of it. Takes a hit from Sam Edwards. Edwards will go off for a line change. Beavers with it. Cecil with it. In the corner. Tries to feed one out front. McLean there. Turned over. Cecil drops it off. Shot on. Stop made by Bain. Jakubowski steps up. Olsen picks it up for the Saints off the glass, off the netting, and out of play. 13:22 remaining here in the period. Still 1-1. Shots are 26-22 in favor of Minot State. I still can't get over that like punch. I'm doing it up here. I wish everyone could see it.
Yeah, just a little like forearm downward. That would have been a good UFC move. Maybe he moonlights doing some cage fighting.
Push forward, off the draw. Puck below the goal line. Rutkai kicking at it. MacArthur down low as well. To the near side corner, up top for the blue line. Sent back down low. Beavers with it. Rands, shot off the glove. Puck is loose. Big hit from McLean. As Zloty takes possession of it. No icing. He did not gain the red line. Rands reverses. Pollock behind the net. 12:45 left here in the third period. Barley with it. Barley. That shot stopped by Bain. Bain has had to make some great saves tonight to keep his team in the game. That one from the goal line.
It's smart goaltending. He's respecting the shooters, not cheating at all, keeping his eye on the puck.
Puck inside the neutral zone. Chartier. Back for Timon Prexler. Prexler to Chartier at the red line. Fluttered in. D-to-D. Beavers go. Near side half wall. Off the stick. Far side. Sauce pass. Too far out front. Whacked at, but Lucas Bain puts a glove on it. We'll get a whistle. 11:57 remaining here in period number 3. Looks like Timon Prexler wasn't too happy.
Yeah, definitely. He made the right decision, though, because with the Minot State player peeling away, going over towards the boards, I think if Timon Prexler goes after him, that ends up getting called on Maryville. Instead, it's a situation to where he just kind of voiced his displeasure with the referee, said his piece, and was done with it.
An interesting development here as Sam Edwards has gone off the ice. A little banged up. Hopefully he is okay. An already depleted bench for Maryville tonight. Jackson White not in the lineup. Colt Corpse not in the lineup.
Depth definitely being tested here this weekend.
We'll see how that factors in to the rest of this game. Shot from the blue line. Bouncing puck, knocked away into the corner, far side of the ice. Now to the near side, below the dots, up top to the blue line. Jerome with it. That one off the skate of Felix Turcotte goes out of play, and we'll get a whistle. Only one more home series here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. Missouri State comes to Chesterfield. That should be a fun weekend of hockey, Todd.
Yeah, it's always a big rivalry matchup, and we saw Missouri State, some Twitter video last night. They were playing Arizona, and needless to say, it was an eventful final few seconds.
11:30 remaining here in the third period. Near side, off the stick. Pollock with it for the Beavers at the blue line. Stops on his forehand, hash marks, fires one on, pad save made. Saints with it. McElwain trying to get it out. He does. Beavers take possession just inside their own zone. Jerome gets it in. In on the forecheck is Joseph. Joseph on his backhand. He's hit by McElwain. MacArthur trying to grab that puck. McElwain takes possession of it. Off the glass. Puck comes out of the zone. Glove down by Rands. D-to-D. Flip back in. Cross corner dump in. MacArthur with it. Puck behind the net for Garrett Hunter. Hunter, stretch pass. The linesman had to get out of the way. Had his arm up. Icing is the call with 10:40 left here in the third period.
Linesman should have just got in the way so therefore it wouldn't have been an icing.
Yeah.
One of these days I'm going to straighten out these zebras.
I'm waiting for it. Maybe you can give him the move that we saw earlier.
Exactly, yeah. Say, let me show you how it's really done.
Cry why that shot makes its way through. Smith with it. Smith spins away off the near side boards. Lucas Adams able to get it in. Off the glass, glove down by Adams. Tries to drop it to Luke McLeod. Now he's working for the puck. It comes loose now to the far side. Beavers to the near side off the skates of Buckholz. At the red line, Minot State will play it back inside their own zone as Pollock picks it up for the Beavers. We approach the 10-minute mark. Left to go here in the third period. 1-1, still the score. Pollock with it. Pollock on the backhand. Can't get the shot off. Ursulak with it for the Saints. Off the near side boards. Olsen able to guide it in. In on the forecheck is Campbell McLean. Zloty with it. Out front. Off the stick. Ursulak can't keep it in. Timon Prexler inside of his own zone on the forehand. He'll take it behind the net. He's taken down. Arm is up, and the Saints are going to head to the power play. Timon Prexler finds Olsen. Lucas Bain to the net. The Saints will go on the man advantage once the puck is touched by Minot State. Olsen is taken to the boards, and the puck is finally touched by the Beavers. We'll get a whistle. 9:20 remaining here in the third period. It's a 1-1 game, but the Saints have a power play looking to take the lead and looking for the sweep against the number one team in the nation.
Well, you couldn't ask for a much better time to get a special teams opportunity. Now, whether or not Maryville capitalizes is up to them, but they've been given the opportunity. As we saw yesterday, if you can win the face-off, they can get set up. Maybe get something cross ice or something set up in the bumper play, but if nothing else, you got to at least tire Minot State out with this power play attack. Even if you don't score, don't allow them to gain a whole lot of momentum by just continually clearing the puck.
Got to win the face-off. Chad McElwain to take it. Saints get it. Shot on, off a body. Still inside the zone at the blue line. Ursulak with it. Ursulak, fake shot. Gets it back. Top of the key. Flores, his shot goes just wide. Lucas Adams now. Adams to Ursulak at the blue line. Back to Adams, far side. Down low for Prexler. TJ Prexler to Adams. Lucas Adams. Ursulak, his shot on, and that one is stopped by Riley Wallace. 1:34 remaining on the power play. 8:53 left to go here in the third period. Still 1-1 as Sam Edwards has made his way back to the Maryville bench. It looks like he is okay, and that's good news for the Saints.
That was a great shot, though, by Hunter Flores. I think if Chuck was up here, based on the way the puck looked from our broadcast position, he probably would have celebrated because it looked like it went in momentarily, but unfortunately it went wide and off the end wall.
That one cleared. Back to retrieve it is Brett Ursulak. Less than 90 seconds to go on the Maryville power play. Off the stick of TJ Prexler. Just inside the zone. Adams with it. Adams down low. Shot on. They score! Hunter Flores on the power play. Makes it a 2-1 game in favor of the Saints. 8:29 left to go in the third period. And the Saints less than 10 minutes away from completing the sweep. Minot State on their heels now. Let's take a look at this one, Todd.
Talked about it. You got to get yourself established in the zone. It's not necessarily how you draw it up, but great play there by Adams to get in just close enough, make the goaltender think he was going to take the shot, pass it out to the left of Flores. Goaltender had absolutely no shot because he just didn't see the puck on the pass. I'm not sure, but great finish by Flores to bury it into a partially open net.
Hunter Flores, the goal scorer for the Saints. Wallace out of the net on his backhand. Off the glass, puck comes out of the zone. Hunter tries to throw it back in. The Beavers with it now inside the neutral zone at the red line. Entering into the zone is Rands. Henry whiffed on the pass attempt. Beavers still with it. Top of the key. Pollock wrist shot. That one goes over the cage. Bouncing puck. And it looks like it's loose just outside the crease, but the whistle was blown. 7:48 left here in the third period. Some extracurriculars. We'll see if there's a call to be made. I don't think there will. It looked like Jackson Zloty dropped his stick, and Reese Henry tripped over it.
Which is kind of funny because I'm pretty sure that other stick, yeah, that's a left-handed stick. The one that was in the offensive zone for Maryville, I think that was Jackson Zloty's too. So he kind of got a hook that he just let go of the stick. They let him get away with it, and then all of a sudden he doesn't have a stick in the defensive zone either.
Might need some of that spider tack that Major League Baseball banned. Perhaps there's some pitchers still using it. You never know.
Everybody's trying to get away with something.
Slap shot on. Far side, middle of the ice. Puck out of the zone. Chopped at by Luke McLeod. Back forward is Eric Crywye behind the net of Minot State. McElwain lays a hit. Beavers still with it, though. Joseph enters into the zone. Rutkai to the backhand. Up the boards. Waiting for it is Turcotte. Puck comes out of the zone. Chopped at by Jakubowski. Beavers with it. Chartier tangled up with Crywye as that puck's flipped out of the zone. Off the shin pad of Lucas Adams. Saints with it. Turcotte in. Turcotte trying to feed it for Adams. He's behind the net. Adams taken down by Logan Rands. Beavers skate out of the zone. Good job by TJ Prexler to angle off Buchholz. Time in Prexler to Ursulak. Ursulak to TJ. Oh, and TJ is knocked down by Logan Rands. Puck at the blue line. Flores gets it in. Rands back for it. Behind the net. Forehand. Off the boards. Slap back in. That one, ooh, it sounded like it hit off the post, Todd.
Yeah, it might have come off the outside, but it definitely hit something.
Minot State 6 minutes away from being swept. Dumped in. Pollock with it. Behind the cage, skates up ice. Near side. Buchholz at the red line. Enters into the zone, but he goes off sides. 5:54 left here in period number 3. Saints lead by 1. It's 2-1. Minot State leading in the shot department 28-26 as the time is ticking down here in the third period. Todd, you have to expect Minot State to be firing pucks on net. We saw it last night with the goalie pulled. They hit the post. Could have tied the game. We'll see if they can tie this one up tonight.
Yeah, they're going to look to get every single thing they can towards Lucas Bain.
Jerome with it. Far side, top of the circle, wrist shot, puck is loose. Now to the near side, knocked away to the corner. Far side corner now as Rutkai races after it, trying to flip it out of the zone. He flips it into the Maryville bench. They're saying it may have glanced off a glove. I believe that's Barley at the blue line for Minot State. Hanging out by the Maryville blue line by the bench. But it looks like the puck will stay inside the Maryville zone with 5:28 remaining here in the third.
These are the kind of games that coaches absolutely love. Maybe not while it's going on, but once it's all transpired, because you find out what your team is made of. Can you kill off the final 5 minutes? Or if you're Minot State, can you find a late answer?
Sam Edwards flipped out of the zone. Now to the far side. Arm went up for a brief second. No offside. 5:15 remaining. Beavers with it. Inside the Maryville zone. In the slot. Spinning. Trying to get that shot off was Barley. Trying to keep it in, but he can't. At the red line, Chartier to the backhand. Smith all by himself. Will Smith, he'll just put it in the corner and go off for a line change. Pollock with it behind the net. He'll wait. Here comes Minot State. Howard in. Howard loses the puck. Garrett Hunter with it for the Saints. Finds Adams. Lucas Adams in. Adams shoots. Oh, what a save by Riley Wallace. At the red line. Dump back in. Hunter Flores in on the forecheck. Pollock with the puck for Minot State. Flipped out of the zone. No icing. 4:10 remaining in the third. Puck behind the net. Jerome battling for it for the Beavers. He's tied up by Hunter. Hunter with it to the backhand. Finds Adams. Adams high and hard and hits the ceiling. And we'll get a whistle with 3:59 left to go in this one.
I mean, you want to make sure that you're getting that out of the zone, but you want to go forward, not up.
So that one stays inside Maryville's zone. We talk about face-offs all night. This is a big face-off for Maryville. Probably even bigger face-off for Minot State as they trail by one late in this one. Felix Turcotte gets it out of the zone. Sauce pass. Rands with it at the red line. Dumps it in. Far side of the ice at the hash marks. Poked forward. Puck behind the net. To the side of the cage. Far side corner. Uh-oh. Maryville. I couldn't tell for a second if that is a penalty as the referee put his arm up for a second. I couldn't tell if he was just trying to get out of the way or what, but there is a whistle.
Yeah, Maryville touched the puck, so I got to figure that it is a penalty. The referee was just kind of concerned with his own safety with the Minot State player coming down towards his legs. But this is going to be a gigantic penalty kill opportunity for Maryville. 3:40 left. And you got to kill off 2 minutes of that.
Benji Rutkai will sit for 2 minutes. 3:40 remaining here in the third period. A massive penalty kill for Maryville. Minot State not trying to be swept on the road. They trail by one. 5-on-4 power play for the Beavers. Maryville in the corner. Will Smith with it, off the glass. Oh, wow. Almost kept in. It goes off the glove and into the Maryville bench. 6 seconds into the Minot State power play. Puck will be dropped inside the neutral zone.
Defender there for Minot showing some hops, though. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't get the fingers closed around that, and it bounced out of play.
Barley, cross-corner dump in. Adams spins. Puck at the blue line, kept in by the Beavers. Down low, they have numbers out front. Shot on, stop made by Lucas Bain. And we'll get a whistle. 1:40 remaining on the Beaver power play. 3:20 left in the third period.
Just a nice, cool, calm save there for Bain. For the defenders and for the fans, it was anything but. But from a goaltending perspective, all he did was he laser beamed his focus on the shooter, didn't worry about any potential passes, just put his glove in the right position, and it went right in there.
Face off to the glove side of Bain. McLeod to take it for the Saints. Into the corner. Hunter, near side. That one cleared by Flores. Down the length of the ice. Kadoff to pick it up for the Beavers. 90 seconds remaining on the Beaver power play. Off the skate, turned over, and now Hunter Flores with it. A partial break. At the dot, his shot is stopped by Wallace. Flores killing some clock. 2:50 remaining in the third period. Saints lead by one. At the red line. Henry with it. Knocked off the puck. Puck stays inside the zone. Arnold taken down by Smith. Beavers still with it. Less than a minute to go on the Minot State power play. Beavers in, shot, goes wide of the net, side of the net, on the far side, now to the corner. At the half wall, slap shot on. Nice save made by Bain. Back up top to the blue line. Near side, another shot is blocked. Will Smith with it on the backhand, able to clear it. 30 seconds remaining until we're back to 5-on-5 as we approach the 2-minute mark. Left to go here in the third period. Minot State enters into the zone. Wheeling and dealing. That pass out front. Puck behind the net. Both teams digging for the puck. 1:50 left here in the third. Puck behind the net. One Saint on each side of the post. They get it out. Rolling puck inside the neutral zone. We're back to 5-on-5. Buckholes at the blue line. Top of the circle. Slap shot. Rides up the stick and hits the cage of Ben MacArthur. Rimmed around to the far side corner. Beavers with it. Into the skates of Pollock. Comes out of the zone. Less than 90 seconds left here in the third period. Minot State looking to tie this one up, and they go off sides. 1:12 remaining here in the third period. We'll see when Riley Wallace will head to the bench to make it a 6-on-5 for Minot State. That extra attacker, we'll see when he goes. If the Beavers can establish some ozone time. We'll get a timeout, though, with 1:12 remaining.
Well, we're usually talking about it from a different perspective because Maryville's usually been ranked right around number 9, give or take a few spots here or there. Situation on the other foot now. If you're Minot State, you're the top team in the country, do you risk allowing an empty net goal when that's going to count against you in the rankings eventually? I mean, if you're Minot State, obviously you're hoping that you can win several games before you have to get to that point. But unfortunately, we've had that discussion before that coaches have to take that into account.
I think with how this weekend has gone, if you're Minot State, I don't care about one goal, an empty net goal. I care about not getting swept on the road. I think that's probably more important for them.
I agree, but
yeah,
it's one of those things that you kind of have to bring up just in case.
Well, I think it's a dumb rule to begin with.
Right, yeah. I've never agreed with it, but we've seen it because, and again, it's apples to oranges, but there's been games I've seen where Maryville's been down by 2 goals, but you have a little momentum, and it's like, pull the goalie, and they never do. But with Minot State only down by 1, I would be surprised if they don't, but again, it was just something that we kind of have to point out in case they don't as to why that might be the case.
Puck inside the neutral zone. At the red line. Off of Pollock. Beavers with it. 1 minute left to go here in this one. The Saints 60 seconds away from the sweep. Back forward is Hunter. And Wallace heads to the bench. Hunter trying to flip it out of the zone. It's kept in. Good hand-eye coordination. Puck down low. Now behind the net. It's pinned up against the boards. 40 seconds remaining here in the third. Saints lead by 1. Now to the near side corner. Up top to the blue line. Pollock with it. At the half wall, Barley steps into one, and that one goes off his stick. Far side. Minot State. 23 seconds away from being swept. Back up top to the blue line. Pollock with it. Pollock waits, makes a move. Pollock in, his shot just wide of the cage. Rebound, it's in the back of the net. Unbelievable. 9.4 seconds remaining, and Reed Arnold ties the game.
That's an absolute dagger from the Maryville point of view. You're only 9 seconds away, 9.4 to be exact, from sweeping the number 1 team in the country. Saints gave it their all, but unfortunately they didn't get the puck out. You could kind of tell, I don't know if it came across on camera or not, but you could see Coach Hogan's reaction that he just was very disappointed that they didn't get that puck out over on the far side. Never really got another opportunity to clear it away, and Minot takes advantage.
How about that keep-in at the blue line? So we're all knotted up, flipped in. 5 seconds remaining in the third period, and it looks like we will be heading to overtime. So this one will go in as a tie for the rankings, but both teams have a chance 3-on-3 to get a win in the win column.
And that's the only positive that you can take out of that, the way that ended, is the fact that you had the lead as opposed to it being a tie game and then you give up that late goal that ends up being it's a gut punch either way, but at least that wasn't the game decider. You still have 5 minutes that'll be put up on the clock. You have an opportunity at 3-on-3 to try to work something out and get a win, at least in terms of your own personal record. But it's going to be difficult for Maryville to try to shake that off, because that's got to be a big mental blow to have the number one team in the country on the ropes and allow a goal not only in the final minute but in the final 10 seconds.
And it looked like that goal that went in, it was like a fluttering puck that just floated right into the back of the net. But it doesn't matter how you score it. It matters if it goes in. 2-2 the score. 3-on-3. We saw 3-on-3 overtime on Thursday night. Maryville right off the jump had a 2-on-1. A bouncing puck led to a breakaway for the Arizona Wildcats. And they won the game in overtime. We'll see if the Saints can win it this time against Minot State. Sauce pass. Will Smith enters into the zone. Smith drags, loses the puck. McLean with it now. Campbell McLean drops it. Ursulak with it at the blue line. Far side for Smith. Smith spins away on his forehand. Spins again, keeps the puck inside the zone. Ursulak with it. Ursulak, top of the circle. Ursulak shoots one, that one goes wide. Trying to chase after the puck. McLean back for it. He's hounded by Reese Henry. Henry will go off for a line change. Ursulak with it. Brett Ursulak just inside the zone. He'll skate up ice. Enters inside the zone, and offsides is the call. 4:13 remaining here in overtime.
Yeah, you got to be a little more sure of what you're doing on those zone entries, because there was a potential shooting opportunity building there for Maryville, and instead you end up with a neutral zone faceoff.
Face-off won by Minot State. Beavers with it. Moffitt just inside of his own zone. That one skips over the stick of Reed Arnold. Arnold off the wall, glove down. With speed, here comes Kadoff. Enters into the zone, slows things up, spins away. Kadoff works his way to the middle of the ice, now to the far side. He'll take it out of the zone to regroup things for the Beavers. Here they come, wrist shot on, that one high and wide, comes out of the zone. Back for it is Kadoff. Zloty will change as Hunter Flores comes on the ice. 3:30 and counting left here in overtime. Minot State taking their time. Rands with it at the red line. Intercepted. Timon Prexler with it to Flores. Here comes Hunter Flores. Drops it for Prexler. Prexler with a move, shot on, and a stop made by Riley Wallace. And we'll get a whistle. 3:04 left here in OT.
Yeah, great idea to put it on net there, especially with Flores cutting towards the goal for a potential rebound. The only thing you might say that he would have liked is try to pick out a corner instead of shooting it towards the middle, because the goaltender had a pretty easy save. But given the flow that Prexler had, it's difficult to really kind of place those shots where you want them.
Ursulak at the blue line. Ursulak near side, still with it. To the far side for Adams. Adams back to Ursulak. Ursulak. He'll switch spots with Lucas Adams. Adams with it. Adams down low. Miscommunication with Flores. Minot State will take possession of it. Barley skates up ice at the red line. Here comes Barley. with speed. On his backhand, he falls. No call. Minot State still with it. Back to Barley, near side corner. At the hash marks, takes it to the middle of the ice. Still inside the zone. Drop pass. Pollock with it, makes a move, still with it. Now to the corner. Back up top for Barley at the blue line. Barley, drop pass, slap shot on, pad save made by Bain. Puck comes out of the zone, 2 minutes left here in overtime. Saints changing. Minot State, here they come. Arnold in. He's tangled up with Prexler. The Saints take possession. Rimmed around for Flores. Adams will go off for a line change. Flores will drop it back for Timon Prexler. Chartier on the ice. Prexler still with it. Prexler all by himself. Finds Chartier. Chartier waits. Chartier still with it. Sauce pass. That one off the stick of Buckholz. Puck still inside the zone. Minot State with it. Less than 90 seconds remaining here in overtime. The clock is ticking down. 2-2 the score here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. Moffitt with it for Minot State. Enters into the zone. Drops it back. Wrist shot on. That one goes wide. Bouncing puck. Chartier knocks it out of midair. 1 minute left to go here in overtime. Chartier skates up ice. Here comes Jake Chartier for the Saints. To the far side. Will Smith. Smith in. Shoots one on, and that one stopped by Wallace. Minot State with it. Kadoff gets it out of the zone. Here come the Beavers. They'll settle things down. Buckholz off the stick. Puck is loose. Lottie picks it up. 30 seconds remaining in overtime. Here comes Jackson Zloty. Finds TJ Prexler. Prexler in. Prexler makes a move. Prexler to Zloty. Oh, that one goes right off the post. No goal. The ref says no goal. Unbelievable. 18 seconds remaining. Pollock in. Tries to make a move. Puck knocked away. Pass out front. Intercepted by TJ Prexler. 10 seconds remaining. Prexler has to push the puck up. 6 seconds left on the clock. Prexler to Ursulak. 3 seconds left. Tries to get the shot off. Bouncing puck to the corner, and that is it for overtime. 2-2. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Jackson Zloty hits the post. 2-2 the score. A chance to win it in overtime.
And he's incredibly frustrated with himself, and understandably so. That's a hard play to convert, but it's a situation where, like, that's just right there on your tape. You hope for his sake that he finishes it off, and unfortunately he's going to be seeing that one in his nightmares.
Everyone thought it went in, even the horn sounded. But the referee below the goal line knew immediately, waved it off, no goal. So now it's time for a shootout. We'll see who will shoot first. What a great weekend of hockey here in Chesterfield, Missouri. Last night, a 3-2 game. The Saints win it, 1:10 left on the clock when Campbell McLean put it between the wickets of Jake Anthony. And then tonight, the Beavers tie it up with 9 seconds left on the clock in the third period. And here we are in a shootout. Jackson Zloty a chance to win it in overtime. He hits the pipe. And now Timon Prexler will take the first shot for the Saints. Here we go. Timon Prexler skates in. He'll go to the far side, pushes the puck forward. Prexler in, shoots and scores!
And that's a great shot there by Timon Prexler. And shootouts are exactly why I was never an out ice player, because it just seems like it takes forever for them to develop anything. But then once they get in close, he picked his spot, put it down low on the ice, put it perfectly.
Kadoff will take the shot for the Beavers. Here he comes. He'll go to the far side. Top of the circle, brings it back to the middle. Shot on, stop made by Lucas Bain. He got a blocker on it. The Saints can really put some pressure on Minot State now with a goal. We'll take another look at this save made by Lucas Bain.
And again, that just puts a lot of pressure on him. Kadoff crossing the blue line, but Bain was solid on the attempt.
So now TJ Prexler in for the Saints. Prexler in, backhand, and that one stopped by Wallace.
Yeah, I feel like TJ kind of worked himself into a corner there, got himself a little too close to the net, tried to stick handle his way out of it, but just too close to the goaltender. Not enough opportunity to lift that up and over the pad.
Joey Moffitt in for Minot State. Can he put it in the back of the net, or will Lucas Bain make the stop? Doesn't need to. Broken stick.
Well, who needs a goaltender when you've got faulty equipment?
We talked about it a few weeks ago. When your stick breaks, it's one of the most deflating things in the world. That cannot feel good for Joey Moffitt. Brett Ursulak for the Saints. Here comes Ursulak, hits the blue line, near side, top of the circle, backhand, forehand, shoots, and that one is stopped by Wallace.
Well, now it's nail-biting time. Could have won it with the shot. Instead, now it comes down to the goaltender. Can Lucas Bain make a save?
Reed Arnold, the shoot for Minot State. Can Lucas Bain pick up the win for the Saints? Here comes Arnold on his forehand. Hits the hash mark. Shot on, he saves it. It's Lucas Bain to make the stop. And the Saints win it on home ice in a shootout. So the Saints don't win it in regulation. They pick up a win in a shootout. It'll go down as a tie for the rankings. But a big weekend for Maryville. They lost that game on Thursday to the Arizona Wildcats and played some good hockey against the best team in the nation, Minot State.
Yeah, we talk about it. It's become kind of a running gag, but this game really was, well, this series really was a litmus test. Probably one of the last ones I feel like Maryville's going to have, unless you're talking about tournament play, because they've gone up against some of the biggest teams, some of the biggest programs at this level, and they've acclimated themselves. They've started to pick up wins. They've now started to pick up series wins. And you do it up against the number one team in the country. You don't want to overstate it. There's still games to be played in the regular season. You still have to get yourself established for March. But from a program perspective, this is gigantic.
Yeah, huge confident boost in the final months of the season. A huge win this weekend for Maryville all around. Minot State, a tough opponent. Perhaps the Saints will see him once again in the national tournament. But one heck of a weekend here at the Maryville University Hockey Center, as the Saints will salute the crowd. So the Saints take this one in a shootout. Lucas Bain, a huge night for him. A big weekend for the Saints. And we'll talk about it with our final thoughts coming up next. Don't go anywhere. You've been watching Maryville Saints Hockey right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Welcome to Maryville University.
Welcome to Saints Nation.
Home of the Big Red M.
So what does it mean to be a Maryville Saint?
It's more than just going to classes.
As Saints, we are passionate about what we believe in.
We are open-minded and curious about other points of view.
And we know this about life at Maryville.
Your best experiences will happen when you get involved.
Make sure to get involved on campus.
We work hard.
But we have a lot of fun too.
We have a passion to see each other succeed.
You might have a few hiccups along the way.
Or maybe something more serious.
When we run into adversity,
We have faculty and staff here to provide support.
We stand with our fellow Saints through the good times
And the difficult times.
So be sure to seek out help when you need it.
we know that here at Maryville,
We are never alone.
The spirit of Maryville flows through each person that steps foot on our campus.
Being a Saint is that feeling that Maryville University is your community.
That even when you're far away from home,
You are home.
We're on this journey together.
We are Maryville University.
One team, one family.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. A great evening here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. Maryville had a 2-1 lead, 9 seconds left in the game. Minot State ties it. Maryville then wins it in a shootout. Jackson's Lottie a chance to win it in overtime. But nevertheless, the Saints pick up their 21st win of the season.
Yeah, and just from a mental perspective, this is a huge win. We talked about it there at the end from a program perspective, but for this team, for these individual players, it showcases the mentality that they need and can have to beat some of these top teams and even consider themselves one of these top teams, because you just kind of listed it off there. You have the opportunity. You've already got the win in your back pocket from last night. You could say it's like, well, we were ahead 2-1. We gave it up. Just wasn't our night.
Right.
We didn't do that. You have the Jackson's Lottie attempt in overtime. You could say it's like, well, man, we just didn't get that one to convert. It hit the post. It's not our night. They just keep going. They keep chipping away. They find a way. They get the goal on the initial one with Timon Prexler. The name escaped me there for a second.
There's TJ, there's Timon, all sorts of Prexlers out on the ice.
Timon Prexler to score the opening goal, and then Lucas Bain. I know that we don't give out official players of the game, but for me, it's got to be Lucas Bain.
Oh, I was thinking about that the entire night.
Right. So I mean, like the first period, it's like okay, you could kind of say it's like, well, they were run of the mill shots for the most part. There was a lot of offensive possession for Minot, but I mean, second, third period, even in overtime, a couple times, Lucas Bain was absolutely spectacular in this contest.
Yeah, he was. And like we said, from a rankings perspective, it goes down as a 2-2 tie, but the Saints do win it in overtime. That will show up on their official record. Either way, a great weekend for the Saints. I'm sure Coach Hogan has to be happy with his team. But you celebrate the weekend, but then you turn your sights to another team. You have Missouri State coming up next weekend. That's a huge weekend, especially with the rivalry, the in-state rivalry. You know the physicality that they're going to bring. You mentioned it during the broadcast, an interesting development last night against Arizona. So we'll see how that shapes up here next weekend here at the Maryville University Hockey Center. But, yeah, you mentioned Lucas Bain. He was fantastic. I mean, what else can we say about him? He's been really, really good stepping in for Ed Coffey.
Yeah, and we kind of had the discussion amongst ourselves, but we might as well let the fans know just our thought process. We went into this season thinking Ed Coffey's the man. He's the number one. Doesn't matter who's in behind him. He's going to get the bulk of the games. And then Parker Saka goes down with an injury. So you think, okay, well, it's just Ed's horse to ride throughout the season. He picks up an injury. You don't know what you're going to have because we hadn't seen any of these other two goaltenders here on home ice. And both McNair and now Bain have really established themselves as goaltenders for the future. But Lucas Bain is saying, it's like, this is my net right now. And he's going to give the coaching staff a decision to make late in the season, because you have to figure Ed's dressing every single time, but he's not getting game action. So we don't know how close he is to actually returning. And Lucas Bain is right now making his case to say, it's like, hey, Ed, I love you. You're my teammate, but I'm taking over.
Sometimes it has to work like that, right? You ride the hot guy going into the postseason, and we're getting closer and closer to the national tournament. So, like you said, that is a huge decision that Coach Hogan and the staff have to make. But for right now, they're just playing good hockey, and you got to keep that going for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, and it's a situation to where you love the way that they're playing as a team. And right now they've got to do that because Coach Hogan alluded to it in the post-game press conference yesterday. We've seen it playing out even further here tonight. The roster's getting thinner, so your depth is being tested. They already lost two defenders last night. Sam Edwards goes out with an upper body injury. He did not return tonight. We don't know the severity of that. So it's just got to be a next man up mentality, especially as we get later on into the season. And guys are stepping up at the most important time, and they did it here again tonight.
Well, we'll see what they can do next weekend as they take on the Missouri State Bears. We're excited to bring that to you right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. For everyone listening tonight, we appreciate you tuning in to this edition of Maryville Saints Hockey right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Everyone have a great weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Are you allowed to say that?
Are we? I don't. Or the big game. The big game. I don't know. We're not a commercial.
It's on YouTube. Who cares?
It's not a commercial. I think I don't know what if we get fined for it. I'm sure
I'm
Eric will pay for
yeah,
it.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway. Jeff Crenshaw, he's got the salary.
Exactly. But anyways, everyone enjoy the big game tomorrow night. We'll see you next time right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
Maryville Saints Hockey Network thanks you for watching this presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association.